So after common salt, now we'll start with sodium hydroxide. And sodium hydroxide is obtained by electrolysis of sodium chloride. We actually take a saturated solution of sodium chloride that we call as brine. And when electricity is passed through this aqueous saturated solution, which we call it as brine, it decomposes to form sodium hydroxide. So finally, the solution we obtain in the process in the beaker is sodium hydroxide along with the preparation of hydrogen and chlorine. And since chlorine and alkali has been prepared, has been formed in this process, we call it as chlor-alkali process. Based on the formation of chlorine, chlor and formation of alkali, we call it as alkali process. So this is how we can get this sodium hydroxide. Now the thing is, how do we get? So production takes place just by passing electric current to concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride, which we call as brine, and we observe that chlorine, which comes out as chloride ion in the solution, it goes to anode and hydrogen gas is produced at anode. So and third thing is sodium hydroxide remains in solution, and thus we get three products in this case. One is the sodium hydroxide, second is chlorine gas, and third is hydrogen gas. So this process of electrolysis of sodium chloride is known as chlor-alkali process, and three important useful products are obtained by this electrolysis. One is sodium hydroxide, second is chlorine, and third is hydrogen gas. Now let us discuss about the uses of sodium hydroxide. So it finds very important use in paper industry. It is used for bleaching also. Now we will talk about the uses of chlorine. Chlorine is used in the manufacture of bleaching powder. What is bleaching powder? A substance that is used to bleach the colored substances, generally clothes. So this chlorine is passed over calcium hydroxide and we get finally this calcium chloride. So passing of this chlorine gas in this process and we get bleaching powder at the end. This is how the bleaching powder has been manufactured, by passing chlorine gas to calcium hydroxide. The uses of hydrogen is it is used in making number of these instruments which are used in plumbing. Next we have is washing soda. So when we talk about washing soda, its formula is Na2CO3.10H2O, that we call as sodium carbonate decahydrate. We call it as washing soda. Its common name is washing soda, chemical name is sodium carbonate decahydrate, and formula is Na2CO3.10H2O. So here water molecules, 10 water molecules are formed or are present in this compound as water of crystallization. And how it is prepared? It is just prepared by adding water to this sodium carbonate and we get this sodium carbonate decahydrate. So sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, they are very, very important chemicals and used in many industries. Now we will talk about the uses of sodium carbonate or washing soda. When we talk about the uses of sodium carbonate, we say that it is used in making glass, that means it is used in glass industry, it is used in making soap, and thus it is used in soap industry, in paper industry, it is used in the manufacture of sodium compounds, especially borax. Then sodium carbonate is used as cleansing agent also in our domestic purpose also. It is used for removing permanent hardness of water, and we can say that the sodium carbonate is one of the very important necessary substance in our daily life also, as it is used in washing purpose, in as laundry also. Now we will talk about the baking soda and let us discuss the preparation of baking soda. So first thing is the formula for baking soda is NaHCO3. Its common name is baking soda, chemical name is sodium bicarbonate, and the formula is NaHCO3. How it is prepared? So we can say it is prepared by using a special method, we call it as Solvay's process. The chemical formed in this case is sodium bicarbonate, and how it is formed? We require some important raw materials, out of which one is we are having aqueous solution, that means salt plus water, we call it as brine also when it is saturated. So we take brine, pass CO2 gas and ammonia gas to it. The combination of these gases along with sodium chloride, we get ammonium chloride along with sodium bicarbonate. This is how the sodium bicarbonate has been formed along with ammonium chloride. Now, if we want to prepare sodium carbonate from this sodium bicarbonate, we need to heat this sodium bicarbonate. So once the sodium bicarbonate has been prepared from this first step, we just heat this and we get sodium carbonate, and we have seen just now that sodium carbonate is used in making washing soda. So this is how we can prepare baking soda by Solvay's process and washing soda by using baking soda. Now we'll talk about some important uses of this baking soda. So one thing is sodium bicarbonate is used as an antacid in medicine, and it is used to remove acidity of the stomach. As we have discussed in the applications of pH, that acidity increases and thus we feel some uneasiness and indigestion takes place. So to neutralize that acid produced in our stomach, हम इसमें use करते हैं mild base, और mild base हमारा क्या है? Baking soda. So we take small amount of baking soda. So baking soda का बहुत important use है. Similarly baking soda is used in making powder, और baking powder आप लोगों को पता है बच्चों कहाँ काम आता है? Baking powder काम आता है baking में, for making cakes, for making breads, for making fluffy items and all these things. So it is very important in baking. So sodium bicarbonate has one important use as it is used in baking powder. Then the thing is, this is how the preparation takes place, and it is used in fire extinguisher also. And here is the construction of this fire extinguisher. We are having this sodium bicarbonate solution and a tube, ignition tube of dilute sulfuric acid is dipped into it. In case we need to extinguish any fire, कहीं आग लग गई है, आग बुझानी है, आपको कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस चाहिए. We know that CO2 cuts the supply and thus helps in extinguishing fire. So here क्या होता है, हम इसको hit करते हैं so that this tube get break down and this sulfuric acid present in this tube gets mixed with this sodium bicarbonate solution. जब इन दोनों के बीच में मिक्सिंग हुई, रिएक्शन हुआ, रिएक्शन causes the production of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide comes out through this nozzle with a great pressure, and when wherever we need to extinguish fire, we'll just place that nozzle over there, carbon dioxide comes out and helps in extinguishing that fire. So we can say that it is used, and very important use in extinguishing fire, it is used in fire extinguisher. Next we'll talk about a substance which removes color from colored substances. We call it as bleaching agent. So when we talk about bleaching agent, जो bleach कर रहा है, colored substance को decolorize कर रहा है, उसे हम कहते हैं bleaching agent. Similarly, chlorine का एक और काम होता है, it is used to kill the bacteria, the microbes, and thus it is used as disinfectant also.